Hi, it's Andy Lockwood, collegeplanningGuru.com, in the middle of a groundbreaking series of videos on the college essay. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating. Today's topic is your English teacher the best person to help you with your college essay? I don't have an easy answer to that question because there are great English teachers and there are other types of English teachers. Some get it, some don't get it. But here's the deal with the college essay. College essay is not the same thing as your typical English paper. So in other words, you can get an A on an English paper if it's organized, if it's left-brained, if it's got an introduction, a body, a conclusion, and so on and so forth. That could also be boring, really, really boring. Just adhering to a rubric is not necessarily going to make your essay stand out. So a good essay to me is like a tabloid. The highest paid writers in America write for the tabloids. They write for the New York Post and the National Enquirer and all those types of publications. Why? Because they have an important job. They need to stop you in your tracks to compete for your attention. We are bombarded by, I think, thousands of different messages each day. So the tabloid at the supermarket checkout line, when you are checking out and you're like, oh, Brad and Angelina, there's news, oh, Angelina's, she's adopting another kid, or whatever. The point is that the college essay is kind of like that, because an admissions officer has hundreds, if not more than 1,000 of essays to read in a very compressed period. So they are being bombarded by other things that are competing for their attention, and the admissions officer is reviewing not just 500 essays, but 500 files, meaning that each file they spend maybe 5 or 10 minutes on. They have to look at the grades, the SAT scores, the recommendations, and so on and so forth, and then finally the essay. So if they have about 10 minutes to get through that entire application, and you write an essay that's about the plethora and the myriad of the blah, blah, blah life experience, blah, 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 3 days in the Israeli army that changed my life, blah, blah, blah. You're not really going to stand out. But if you write an essay like the one I always think of is, I had a client who was one of 3 Jewish kids to attend a parochial school, a very popular parochial school here in Long Island. And his essay started out, so there I was, 3 years after my bar mitzvah, about to receive communion, and. Now, to me, that's very catchy, and I said to him after he drafted this, it was like the 3rd or 4th draft, I said, how can you not want to read the rest? That is fantastic. It's not a tabloid, it's not like headless body found in topless bar, which is one of the all-time great New York Post headlines, and they have a book of headlines, which I admit to looking at frequently. But the concept is the same. It stops you dead in your tracks. So that's what your essay needs to do. It needs to grab attention. You've got to separate yourself from the herd. You've got to explain, this is why you should take a look at what I have to offer. I want your attention, and I want you to understand why you should read the rest of this essay. The purpose of the headline or the first sentence is to get you to read the second sentence. The purpose of the second sentence should be to get you to read the third sentence, and so forth. You should write an essay where after every sentence you write, you can ask yourself the question, so what? And that next sentence better answer that. So that's probably the most important tip I can share on the college essay. If you want some more information, you can always contact us or click on one of the links below here. And I wish you the best of luck. Thanks a lot for watching. Andy Lockwood, collegeplanningGuru.com.